All right, we're going to move into our ballot election preparation. I'm going to call Nancy Lambert up to the microphone. Nancy, lead us forward.
All right. I have several pages of instructions. I'm sorry. We want to be really clear on how to use the voting devices. In case you did not find out, these name tag holders that you have a pouch where your device will sit, and you can have your name tag together at all times that way, okay? So we will be using all of the voting for the delegation members for both laity and clergy, as well as for many of the other votes that happen during annual conference. Number, and that is the number that is assigned to you. So if your device is lost, it will be a voting table, and they will be able to tell who it belongs to, and we will work together. You must bring this with you every day. And you must leave it with us when you leave, please, at the end of annual conference, whenever you go home. If you leave this behind in your home, your car, or your hotel room, we will not issue another one to you unless you pay $75. Okay? So you must have it with you in order to vote. Today we will begin with a couple of test votes so that you get comfortable with your device. First instruction, which I almost forgot to include, but Trina from Paget Communications told me, she said, did you include telling them to turn it on? So the button to turn it on is your lower right. It's that almost full circle with the line on it. That's a vertical line. So everybody turn your device on. Does everybody have a device that is still blank after you've turned it on? Wave your hand high if you do. Tellers will be helping us to watch for these things. Okay, so we are going to be doing a test ballot, a practice ballot first. Because the voting for members of the delegation require us to enter in several different selections, then we will require you to choose multiple answers for our practice ballots as well. Let me also mention that you will see that your device has a dot on it that matches the color of your name tag. So if you have a yellow name tag, you should have a yellow dot on your device. That is needed because that's how we determine who are laity and who are clergy who can vote for the delegation. These voting categories are determined by the Book of Discipline and are indicated on the chart that is included in your workbook. So for our practice vote, all three colors will be active so everyone can test their unit. Now, as we are voting, you may not need to for these practice ones, but especially when we're voting for our first round, second round, third round of our delegation where you have 5, 6, 7 numbers to vote for, you might want to make sure that you're writing down the numbers as you put them into your keypad so you know who you've already voted for. After each vote, you have to wait for your keypad to give you the instructions, and it will tell you how many votes you have yet to put into your device. And our practice votes are going to require you to put in 3 numbers. And so you have to keep adding a number until it no longer tells you need more. Because if you do not vote for all 3 items, your vote is invalid, okay? So if you are having issues, I believe our youth had some training from Paget Communications, correct?
Wow.
Yes? All right, yes. And so our youth who are so tech savvy are going to be running around the auditorium if you are having problems with your device. So we'll ask that you wave your hand and they will be ready to come around and help you. If you are having other problems and they don't know, communications people sitting over at the table along the wall The first test ballot is to select your 3 favorite hymns. You must choose 3. Don't start yet. Go. I'll give you a minute. Choose your top 3. If you only have 1 or 2 favorites, then choose your top. Okay? All right. Number beside the hymn that you would like to vote for as your most favorite, and vote for your first selection now. And we will allow you 30 seconds for that vote. I'm sorry. All 3 numbers show up on your device, and then push send, and it'll say sending, and then it should say remain 2. Okay, and Lisa, we're going to have you for 30 seconds on these so I don't have to watch my. Okay, now we are ready for the second vote, so choose your second favorite hymn. Enter the 3-digit number and push send. 30 seconds. It should say remain 1. Is there anybody who's having problems at this point? One and nope, got it. Got it. Okay. Your third selection. Enter the 3-digit number for your third selection and press send. And you should ballot close. I'm not going to give seconds unless anybody's still having problems, so 15 more seconds. Okay, anybody having problems? I am not. Oh, up on the top in the upper level, right below Sky Zone up there, youth. In section 124, and then in 122, clear at the top. So youth, truck on up to the upper level. (124) below the Sky Zone, and then 122, which is 2 sections on down. Got to get
21 is the first section, 22 is
Oh,
the second.
okay.
this
Oh,
section.
okay. I thought it was a select.
Nancy, there's someone in the non-voting section.
Section in 120. If you are sitting in 120, that is a non-voting. If you have permission to vote, you need to move across the aisle into section 121. It'd be helpful if we can have a couple of youth stationed up above as we're doing these votes. Okay, everybody okay? No, we still need someone up in Sky Zone of the arena.
Thanks. Thank you, Lisa.
We don't have microphones set up yet? Are the microphones not set up for people to go to? Oh. Oh, down front. Okay, here, there. It glares. It glares.
I don't see.
Okay, is there anybody who's still having troubles up above? Is there anybody up there helping you? Yes, okay.
So the bar is 122 to 125.
121 to 126.
Okay. And where do the visitors sit?
The visitors sit in that corner section over there, and the corner section, and anywhere over there, unless they're physically challenged, and then they're square clear in the back on the main side.
Microphone?
Oh.
Can we have the lectern microphone turned on, please?
This microphone, there, now we're back on. Thank you. 122, there's a person with their hand up. Youth? Okay, those below the sky zone. Out.
There's some folk clear over here that need to move into the voting section.
All right, we're
On the-
working slow so that we can work fast.
We're standing.
Let's get our processes down
Oh.
right. That way, when we start voting throughout these next 2 days, we'll do it efficiently and we can get our work done, this important work done. General and
This corner section are not in the bar. So below these green doors signs are, you are not in the bar. If you are voting, you need to move elsewhere, and the same with the section right next to it. And you will not be helped in those areas. Move into the bar.
if you are a
Okay.
member, if you are a guest, then you're in the right place. But if you are a member to the annual conference, please move to section 121 or 126. If you're a guest, you're fine there.
Okay, I am going to call the result of this ballot, Bishop, if I may, and
All right.
we'll move on.
All right?
Is it ready?
So let me practice also because I'm going to be getting the results. Okay,
Yes.
so, all right.
So they should show you the
Thank
results.
you for voting. And
Top 3 hymns of those of you who are at annual
How
conference.
great thou art, with 810, we have an election. Lord of the Dance, that's a new one. We have an election with 51.64 because we're going to need a simple.
Exact.
So if we were delegates, those two would be over the top and they would be elected, and then the others would go back into the pool for the second. Promise is almost outside and get the votes for that. Maybe we can pass that next time. You know, it's possible that we might have 6 lay and clergy delegates elected in one ballot. But
That'd be easy. Okay, let me give you a little bit more instruction. If you know that you have made an error, for instance, if you have entered an invalid number, digit number instead of a 3-digit number, and press send, and so you know that it's wrong, and you want to correct it, you have to press 000 send, and then that clears your entire ballot, and so you have to start over. So please be very careful about the numbers you enter, especially when we have lots and lots of different people to vote for, because you will have to start clear over regardless of which vote we are on if you clear it out using 000 send. Okay, for a vote to be valid, it must have the correct and complete member number or number that is on the screen, and it must have the right number of votes cast, and the same number cannot be used twice. So it's very important you keep track of what you've entered in. So now we're going to try our second ballot. So if we'll have that on the screen. Our second ballot is to choose 3 of your 3 most favorite creatures. Okay? All right, when Todd was putting this slide together, he said he only had 2, and I said, well, you got to have a third. So again, if you don't have 3 favorite creatures from this list, you choose your top worst as your third, okay? So you got your 3 creatures you want to vote for. All right, the second test practice ballot is now open. You may vote for your first creature now. And if you do not have your screen that shows remain 2, wave your hand quickly so that the youth can come help you. Over here in this far section, I've got a hand up, youth. It takes just a bit of time. Oh, you can't see the screen. I'm sorry. Okay, so let me read them to you. There we go. There we go. Thanks, Todd. Thanks, Communications. Okay, vote for your first creature, your most favorite. I'll give you another 15 seconds. Your screen should say, remain 2. You may vote for your second selection now. Enter the 3-digit number and press send.
So we're going to have 7 votes per round.
Problems? There we go. Someone to help you.
Oh, 3 or 4. We have 3 alternates.
Your screen should say remain 1. You may vote for your third selection now. Enter the 3-digit number and press send. Your screen should say ballot close. If you have problems, wave your hand. Okay, I see no hands waving, so this ballot is closed. Oh, I'm sorry, up on top, 125. There's some hands over here. Did we get it taken care of up in 125? Okay, did we get everybody's taken care of?
All right.
Okay, ballot closed.
Ballot is now closed. Let's see who we have elected as a creature to the General Conference. So the elephant will be the creature representing the Great Plains Conference. We have an election. The elephant won. There were 1,258 votes cast. Last time we had 810, so we did better this time. 13 invalid votes. And so the elephant has been elected as the creature from the Great Plains Conference to the General Conference 2020.
Okay, if we ever have a vote today with no invalid votes, we are going to celebrate, right? That's really hard to achieve. Okay, now we are going to move to the first ballot for our delegation for clergy and laity. Each ballot will start with 7 selections. Our initial instructions when the profiles were posted online and as we distributed information about that was that you needed to have the lists with you when you came to annual conference, that we would not have copies available. It's come to our attention that some of you missed that bit of information and so do not have the numbers with you. I'm going to begin by asking, Dixie, can you distribute the laity numbers out real quickly as, and start with those, the one that lists the number for all of the laity who have submitted profiles. Several of the ladies stopped at our desk. We started printing those off. If you are a layperson and you need the numbers associated with those who submitted profiles, just hold your hand up and hold it up high, and the tellers will come around and bring them. I also encourage you to ask if your neighbor has the list and you can borrow it, because we may not have enough copies for everyone. So laity, if you will please do that, and please be quiet. Please, I'm going to ask everyone to be quiet and no talking so I can continue giving instructions.
What we're doing right now is getting everybody.
Okay, we're going to encourage you to share. Laity, you have time. Please share down your rows, in front and behind you, because you have time. We're working with the clergy first and the general instructions. So we will distribute these as far as we can. So for each selection, you will have 30 seconds to input your number. For our laity votes, it is a 3-digit number. For clergy voting, it is a 4-digit number. Make sure that you enter all of the digits and they show up on your screen before you press send. You will be prompted by your machine and by me for the first ballot and then by the bishop for future ballots of when you may input your ballot, your votes. And again, the things that invalidate the ballots are voting for the same number more than once in a same ballot, voting for a person who is already elected, or fewer or more names are selected than needed for that round, or using an incorrect number. Once a member has been elected, they will be removed from the list on the screen that is displayed that gives our voting tally. And so you cannot vote for them anymore. The hands that are still up are lay people who need the delegate numbers for the laity. So if you see a hand up that is close to you, will you please share your list with them?
They're out of copies.
I know. We didn't print enough. We assumed people would come with them. So if you see a hand up beside you and you are a lay person, please share your list. That's right. Yes, pretend this is worship and we've run out of bulletins, right? You got to share. Okay. Good idea. She says take a picture on your phone and you'll have it. After lunch, you will have a new list. We will have enough copies this afternoon for everybody who will have to have a list of it. So you only need this for this first vote. So take a picture, pass the list on. We are going to begin with the clergy ballot, and so laity, please continue to share. During the balloting, our votes will alternate between laity and clergy so that you have time to reflect when you have seen the report of the previous ballot. We will begin with the first clergy ballot. Only those who have yellow on their name badges are eligible to vote. These categories, according to the Book of Discipline, are all full elders and deacons, both active and retired, who are members of this annual conference. All associate members, active and retired, all provisional members who have completed their education, and all local pastors who have completed course of study or have their Masters of Divinity served under continuous appointment since July 17. If you believe, clergy, that you have the wrong category on your name tag in the wrong category of your device, please come up to the front to the secretary table at the lunch break, and Karen Jeffcoat will be here and will help to verify what category you should be in. So clergy who are eligible to vote for the delegation, pull out your device and we are ready to begin our first ballot. Except that it has come to our attention that many of the clergy also did not realize they were supposed to come prepared with the document printed. And we, in order to not have to have a write-in ballot for the clergy, the list that was online or that you could request ahead of time included all active and retired elders and deacons, and it's like 8 pages long. We have available some copies that just have those who submitted a profile. We do not have copies available here for all of those who are eligible to be elected. So, the first vote for clergy is this. Are you prepared to take the first ballot? So what this is to say, if you have come already reading the profiles, you have your list of the 7 people you want to start with, and you are ready to vote, then you will press 1 on your device when we open the ballot, which means yes. If you came thinking that we would have all of those numbers available, then you will press 2 on your device, which means no. Bishop, what majority do you need for this ballot?
I would like to have a super 2/3, just to make sure that the clergy are overwhelmingly in favor of moving ahead with this ballot.
Okay.
So I'm asking for a 67% affirmation that clergy are ready to move with the voting for General Conference delegates. Otherwise, if we don't get this done now, we'll take our first vote after we come back from lunch. But if you're ready to vote now, then vote yes. If you need to have the list, I think there are, 6 pages, Nancy?
6 or 8, something.
Yeah. Reviewable online. If somebody, we
Yes.
have a link at the GP
Conference website
Yeah,
under
we have technology. We can get those names if we go online and get them as well. But if you're ready to take your first clergy vote.
And let me also state that after lunch, we will be distributing to all clergy the names of all who submitted a profile and the names of any other clergy who received 1 vote, and they will all be on one document, so you will know everyone who has been voted for and how many votes they received. And all will be there in 1 page for you to have after lunch.
I'm requesting a 2/3 majority vote for clergy as to whether or not you are ready to vote. Are we clear on what we're doing? Okay.
Okay, you may vote now. 1 for yes, 2 for no, and press send. And you have 15 seconds. See, I'm trusting clergy. This should be a vote with 100% accuracy, right? Okay, ballot is closed. And we'll wait for the result.
So you voted yes. Thank you
85%.
for your preparation. We are ready to vote. Take the first clergy ballot.
Okay. And let me just also say, I looked at my unit a little bit longer after I pressed the send, and it said that I was counted. So that's also another indication that your vote went all the way through. Okay, so we are going to begin with our first clergy ballot. We'll be 7 members for this. Yes, question?
Microphone 2.
Yes, Dixie Brewster, Milton Lay, and the 2 different numbers for Adam Hamilton and 2 different numbers for others. It was just brought to my attention, so there's a little confusion.
Uh-oh, we tried to remove everybody who had a profile.
Yes.
So if someone is listed from numbers 2001, that is the number to use for them. If they are going to use the other number, it'll all work its way out in this first vote. So if you accidentally use a second number for somebody, we'll catch it when we print the list.
Microphone 1.
Lyle Shane, Milford, Nebraska. I saved the PDF file that was emailed to me a while back, and on that list, 2002 is alphabetized down and listed between 2012 and 2013, Ashley Crawford. On the PDF file I saved on my computer, Adam Hamilton is number 2022. On the list you're handing out today, Adam Hamilton is number 2019. Which number should I use for him and all the others that there are some discrepancies on these lists? This is the Adobe Acrobat file I saved that was emailed to me.
Okay, I'm looking at Lisa, who's put this together.
Would it be sufficient for you, Bishop, if I read all of these numbers and use these as the official numbers for everybody?
That's fine. All right, this is what we're going to do.
Yeah, we can't get on the website. Okay, I am going to read through the names and the numbers of those who submitted profiles. So if your document that you have does not have the correct number, you need to change it to match mine. I am right. Once in a while, I get to claim that. Okay, 2001, Stephanie Allschwede. 2002, Ashley Alley. 2003, Zach Anderson. Too fast. 2004, Eduardo Busson. 2005, James Brackett. 2006, Michelle Byerly. 2007, Kalaba Charles. 2008, Jeff Klinger. 2009, Andrew Connard. 2010, 2011, Junius Dotson. 2012, Christopher Eshelman. 2013, Natalie Faust. 2014, Neil Gates. 2015, Bill Gepford. 2016, Gina Guile. 2000 Singer. 18, Doug. 2019, Adam Hamilton. 2020, Andrew Hargrove. 2021, Mark Holland. 22, Cheryl Jefferson Bell. 2023, Ann Kiyomi Gatobu. 2024, Brad Kirk. 2025, Karen Lampe. 2026, Amy Lippold. 2007, David Livingston. 2020, Mickey McCorkle. 2020, Kennedy Makwindinza. Karen Neihart. 2031, Ashley Pren. 2032, Richard Randolph. 2033, Kyle Reynolds. 2034, Mike Rose. 2035, Nathan Stanton. 2036, April Wegehoff. 2037, Dee Williamston. Okay, we are ready for the first clergy ballot. Have your devices out. And please, and Lisa, will you turn on the 30 seconds? It won't go 30 seconds. Okay. All right. Input your first number, your first choice for the election of the clergy delegation, and you have 30 seconds.
Are there going to be write-in ballots?
No, because everybody was listed in that initial document. All eligible clergy, elders and deacons, active and retired, were listed in that first document. There should be no need for a write-in.
So Nancy, just to be clear, we're taking 7 votes this
We are
first
taking
round.
7 votes. Okay. Please input your second for ballot 1 clergy. Enter the 4 digits which show up on your screen and then press send. Well, it wasn't good that I set, yep, that's right, 30 seconds. I thought I said 30 minutes. Input your third number now. Enter the 4 digits and send. Okay?
I can't hear you if you're, and we have a microphone 5 on aisle 123,
Here.
and we have a microphone.
While they're trying to fix that, have a battery indicator on your device up at the very top row next to the number. So when that is getting very low, go over to the tables where the voting company representatives are and trade out your battery. So do check on that throughout the day. We get it taken care of? Okay. Input your fourth four-digit number now. Four-digit. Input your fifth four-digit number. Enter the and you should remain 2. Microphone. No, there's no one at 3.
Got it. Okay.
Bishop, we have microphone 4.
What's that?
Microphone 4.
Okay, microphone 4.
I've missed vote 4 and 5. This not working.
Okay. Youth.
We get to vote again.
We'll make sure your vote is done.
Nancy? Nancy?
Do less than 30 seconds? Okay. Let's move to giving you 15 seconds to input your time in order to have a lunch break, because we are already at lunchtime. Your sixth four-digit number, and you have 15 seconds. Two seconds. Input your seventh four-digit number now and press send. Time is up. The ballot is closed. If there are any clergy person who was not able to get your device to work, come up front immediately when we adjourn. Okay, laity, your process is a little more involved for our first ballot, because we are giving laity the option to have a write-in ballot. So if you have someone who you want to write in their name, then we will distribute to you a write-in ballot. The tellers are ready to distribute the write-in ballots. So before I go any further, I would like to know a lay person who intends to write in the name of someone on the profiles. We have two back here who need a write-in.
And we have one person over there.
Okay, and
Your
one,
hand up.
clear over here.
White blouse. And we have two right here, three behind microphone. Please hand them the write-in ballots.
clear over here, Dixie, by microphone 3.
We still have a member back in line with microphone 4.
Anybody, and there's some up in the upper levels, so tellers, we need somebody up in the upper level.
Help me. Okay, you're right.
Since there are some who are in the name of someone whose profile was not included before annual conference, the list that laity receive after conference will be names that will have been assigned, and you will know how many votes they received. Every vote as a write-in will be that you receive back. Okay, does everybody who needs a write-in ballot have that ballot? I think. Okay. If you know that you want to write in the name of a lay member, so Todd, can we have the screen with the lay ballot write-in? Ballot, you have this completed correctly, and it has to be matching the numbers you input in. You have to put your name where it says name, and you have to put the number of on your device at the very top. I would suggest that if you're writing in a name, is your first vote, because then you're going to remember these instructions. If you want to write in the name of one person, then your first vote will be 1. Okay? That's it. 1-digit number for a write-in vote. And then you have to write that name on this write-in ballot. Done, but you have to write in that name, and it has to be handed to a teller. If you want to write in 2 names, then your second vote would be a number 2. Then corresponding to the name that you write in on this ballot. Please note that if the report you receive after lunch does not include the name of someone you wrote in, it means that for some reason things did not match and your vote was invalid. Okay, so write-in votes, we've given you up to 4. We don't anticipate that anybody's going to write in more than 1 or 2. But you use these numbers for a write-in vote, and then you must complete a teller. Tellers, you know where you handed those out, so if you may bring them up here to the stage and give them to somebody else. There's no guarantee we will have it in order to do the vote. We'll begin the first ballot for laity. Into your keypad, make sure it's active, so if you have to press the on, either enter a number, write-in ballot, or enter in the 3-digit number first person that you want to elect. You have 15 seconds, beginning now. Put your second come up the stairs. Your second for the election of one layperson. You may enter a number 10 ballot. Okay, we have some hands down front. Youth? Youth who are helping, we've got a bunch of hands over here. Some over in the
hands.
first section.
Microphone 4.
I'm not getting a number of remaining ballots for my second vote.
Okay. It might still be going through. A couple up here said it took a while. There's a lot of you. Are you showing a screen twirling or anything? Okay, youth, right, out and see. Number 3, Bishop.
There were a
microphone.
few youth voting machines that had the sending notification and then turned back to the blank on it, and it was multiple people.
Paget Communications. Can someone from Paget go to a microphone?
All right,
People
we
had
have
it
microphone
scrolling
3.
and then went blank.
I was just going to share that. Mine did that. I did the 3 zeros, hit send, and it brought me back to 7 remaining votes.
Okay,
and
thank
then
you.
do it over, yeah.
Okay, so if your screen was scrolling and your vote, it looked like your vote did not go through, push 000 send, and then re-enter your first 2 numbers for the ballot. I only did 2, didn't I? Did I only do 2? Or did we do 3?
Hi, this is
Wait,
Trina with
excuse me a
Paget.
second. Hold on a second. Yes, microphone 1.
This is Trina with Paget Communications. Your screen may go blank for a few seconds before it updates with your remaining numbers. So if you just wait a few seconds and see if it updates before you do the zeros, you can do that as well.
Okay,
Okay?
Thank you.
thanks, Trina. Okay, we are ready for the third vote for the first laity ballot. Enter a number 3 or the 3-digit number who you want elected. And you have 15 seconds. Okay, enter the next. I see a hand up back at the back of this section here. Okay, please enter your 4th 3-digit number. Okay, your machine should say remain 3. If it's 4, that means you still have an extra one to put in. So just make sure that you're doing that. Question at microphone 4.
Once we've got them entered, can we turn it off? Okay. Down.
Yeah,
I
that's a
think-
good comment,
It goes-
G, and you have already voted. Go ahead
Yeah,
and turn your
just-
machines off for the meantime. No? We're not turning off. Okay, good. Then we don't have to turn them off. Just
You don't have to
keep
turn them off.
All right, thank you.
Okay, please input your 5th three-digit number now. Your screen should say remain 2. Please input your 6th vote now. Your screen should 1. Your 7th three-digit number now.
Microphone 5.
Microphone 5. Okay, yes.
Paul Stevens, clergy. We get some that spin and spin and spin and they don't seem to ever go. I got on my clergy one, I got to the last one and I don't think it ever went through. Are you still stuck? So just a heads up, people, this 15 seconds, I mean, it's not gonna, it doesn't, you might, I don't know if some of them are just stuck and then they never unstick, I don't know.
Conversation on that. We're done. This is it.
All right, I've asked for patience. We're almost done here with the 7th vote. Microphone.
Jill Sander, Chali, clergy. I just want to something that I think would work better rather than going through each one and giving 15 seconds. You would simply announce the number of votes that can be cast, or 2 minutes, whatever is deemed an appropriate amount of time, and then allow people to go at their own pace. Of the spinning, as it's being backlogged, I went ahead and cast all of my votes immediately, and mine went through fine.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Lady Ballot 1 is now closed. If you completed a write and not hand it to a teller, please do so before you leave. Let me just say, as you after lunch, if you are able to go to the upper level and sit in the upper level, we would appreciate it. We are going to try to get more chairs set up on the floor for those who have mobility issues, but if you don't mind up above, there was plenty of room up there.
All right. Well, thank you for your good work. I'm sure that this microphone 4, yes?
Bob Shawnee Heights. I would love to thank the youth for their help on this. They didn't make me feel like a
Yay.
This morning, we're off to a good start. As we move forward and get used to our technology, we are reset at 1:45. Be here promptly. We have reports and voting dismissed.